This is Mark Wormuth, founder and CEO, Weekend Warrior Traders. This detailed video is about the new Warrior Traders. It explains the decisions and the reasoning behind this new generation, the things that make this coach special. We are the factory, and we have many choices on each component, which and what features, how strong, how heavy, the cost, and the style. And it's that combination of choices that makes the difference, that balance between cost, function, and value, both for now and over time. This video explains our commitment to those principles: value, comfort, and trouble-free use. I built traders for over 35 years, and 20 of those specializing in toy haulers. Lots of experience. I've been an off-roader for longer than that. Here are some of those things that make the Warrior Traders a world-class and special unit. In an industry where we can pick the least expensive components at every step of the process and still have a trader that looks almost exactly the same. Some people choose the trader based on price only, and many of them are disappointed. If you buy the cheapest trader available, you get what you pay for. All traders are not created equal. At Warrior, we almost never choose the least expensive component because for a few cents more, you get a far more valuable coach, a better RV experience. It's the difference in a refined unit versus a basic trader. There is no magic. Expect a lot from Warrior. It is not our mission to be the cheapest. It is our mission to be the best and the most valuable. We all pay the same for materials and labor. It's the quality of each component that makes a unit of everlasting value. Now, through constant improvement, here are some of the principles that lead us on this mission. Starting with the tires. They should always be stronger than needed and never be the weakest point on the running gear. What we find is, if you load the tires to capacity, if you have just one flat for whatever reason, by the time you realize it, you've overloaded the rest of the tires, damaging them. They may not blow out right away, but the rest of the tires have been compromised. So you start what's called musical tire problem. So overrating the tires gives you the security of not damaging all the rest of your tires because you have one flat. Metal valve stems is another good investment in preventative maintenance. Tires last forever on traders. They weather check long before they lose their tread. Rubber valve stems don't last very long. They should never be used on trailers. Many flats on traders are because of the valve stems, but you never find out because the evidence is always destroyed. Grease bolts on the suspension is another Warrior feature that we're serious about. Not only does it make the suspension smoother and quieter, but without grease bolts at the pivot points, the components wear out in as little as 5,000 miles. And with grease, you never notice anywhere. We also have grease fittings for the wheel bearing. These fill from the inside out. Not having to pull the wheels off to pack your wheel bearings is a nice feature. We go through the trouble to run the brake wires inside the axle tubes instead of around the outside. We sometimes tow our traders off-road, and we don't want to lose our brakes because we drive over a bush. The brakes are electric and magnet activated. We run the wires in a loop so all 4 or 6 brakes get even power. When the wires are run in a chain, the first wheel gets more braking power than the next. Uneven braking, flat spots, all kinds of problems. Full wide body, as wide as the law allows. 98 inches inside, 102 outside, and that's before the fenders, windows, and lights. 6 inches extra width is a lot when every inch counts. The new Warriors have low profile chassis with a beaver tail. This gives you a very low and long ramp angle. Easy to climb in and out of the trailer. Low center of gravity. This also helps in fuel mileage. The chassis has I-beam main rails with full depth cross members and heavy duty outriggers. This is the foundation. We then put a full steel grid in between the main rails and the cross members. The steel is what supports the floor. The floor is 5/8 one piece, exterior grade, oriented strand board. It's called OSB. All the water and fuel tanks flat and inside the chassis. This creates more storage inside the unit, and it's also part of the low center of gravity. Safer and more stable towing, wide and low. We put the water pump draw on the curb side of the unit. This is important with flat tanks because the roads we drive on always lean to the curb side. So when we pull over and all the water shifts over to that side, if you're drawing water from the road side of the trailer, your pump's sucking air even when you still have water. Blackout freshwater tanks. If sunlight reflects or gets to the fresh water, algae grows. Then it breaks off in particles. Change your tanks. LED tail and running light. These lights have a manual switch from the inside of the trailer. LED lights use very little power. It might be nice to turn your lights on when you go for a night ride. Heavy duty electric jack for on and off the truck. Heavy duty is important because they have a larger diameter post and can handle more forward and backward forces as we back into our trailer or park on a hill. We choose twin 5-gallon LPG tanks, exchangeable bottles. These can be exchanged with your barbecue or can be traded in at the local stores for convenience. Zero gravity radius ramp, welded and steel, with hidden springs and hinges, custom built by Warrior for a cleaner look and less of a hardware look. And we paint the chassis black. And after the road is beaded up, a coat of black paint will make it look new again. These items are the difference between trouble-free use for 20 or 30 years and slowly falling apart or failing sometime around when the warranty runs out. The box or the hull is special too. By integrating the construction and using high tensile strength glue bond, every component has hollow frames and shear panels on both sides. The cabinets, the interior walls, partitions, and shelves integrated into the overall structure by screwing them together and then all screwed together from the outside in. Every cabinet, every wall, every shelf, not exactly stick and tin. Integrated construction is the process in which the trailer gets stronger and stronger with each component added. To use each component structure and integrate it to the overall structure, glued and screwed, light and strong. We start with the floors, one piece, 8.5 by 24 foot sheets screwed directly to the steel grid chassis in over 100 places. Double-walled hollow core cabinets, shelves, and partitions like airplane wings. The walls are set on top of the floor, and then the roof overlaps on top of the walls, all screwed and lag bolted together, not nails. And last, before we start the finish work and the features, we through bolt the perimeter, bolted through the walls, through the floor, and through the outriggers, integrating the box structure to the chassis structure, making both of them even stronger yet. The roof is trussed like a bridge, 12 and 16 inch on center. The exterior finish roof is double sealed, 2 seals everywhere. Spun fiberglass insulation, R7 and R11 between the studs, not blanketed or smashed. Moisture protected corners under the molding, extra protection. Then the exterior skin, whether it's fiberglass or aluminum, also adds more structure. Other design features, some of the details that Warrior's also committed to. Large windows, low on the dinette back so it's easy to see outside the trailer when you're sitting inside. Lights placed so you don't get shadows, all on switches. Shower stalls with shelves to place soap and shampoo. Dinettes with large base cushions and angled backs making them more comfortable. Wide hallways and wide walk spaces. Extra storage with long drawers, including some deep ones. Cubby holes, magazine racks, extra shelves. Storage on top of the wheel boxes and on top of the overheads. Reversible tables and places to store them. And more thoughtful details like lighted closets, struts on the overhead cabinet door, adjustable shower head, pull-out sprayer on the galley faucet, privacy curtain, ducted heater, special high-rate battery charger for dry camping. The tub shower is chosen to be comfortable for adults but can also be used to bathe small children. And so much more. I could go on and on. The point that I'm trying to make before any other point is that experience using the units is the first step in building a refined unit. And we are still learning and refining every day. That's our mission, to continue refining the trailers to make them more affordable, more comfortable, and better in resale value. This trailer and floor plan was hand-picked, and every feature and component, every nut and every bolt, every appliance and every dimension chosen with painstaking scrutiny to build a unit that is the highest level of dependability, affordable, and with classic style. Built to last the test of time, not just a trailer, but leading-edge designs. We welcome questions and comments. Please encourage off-road enthusiasts to sign up and network with Warrior's monthly information for a series of off-road videos with content like world-class spots for off-roaders to camp, first-hand factory information for safety tips, and some land use politics when necessary. WarriorManufacturing.com and leave your email. This is Mark Wormuth, founder and CEO Weekend Warrior Trader. Thank you.